Going on, everybody? This is Sugar and Spice Topics. So as I said, I would keep y'all updated with what's going on with Tatiana Jefferson. You know, Botham Johns was also murdered by Dallas police. Now we have another young lady who was murdered by Dallas police. I saw a similarity. These two young people were pioneers. You know, they were college graduates. Tatiana was a pre-med student, also chemistry and biology. So this young lady was a brilliant scientist. Then you have Botham Johns, who was an accountant and also a choir director. You know what? The similarities to me is that these both were not in the streets. These were not gangbangers. They wasn't drug dealers. These were innocent people that were in their homes trespassed against by police officers in Dallas. I see a common trend with this. Well, the city of Dallas is outraged, and I keep bringing these videos out because I want everybody to be outraged, because this is a mess. Since when is it okay to go and violate somebody's private space in their home and draw your gun out and kill them? Like I said, these are not gangbangers. So Tatiana was with her nephew. Botham Johns was in the comfort and safety of his own home, relaxing, and police officers intruded their private space and they murdered them. They were not a threat. It's just ridiculous and it's awful. So I want y'all to check out this video. This is a pastor, and he is a pastor in Dallas. His name is Michael Waters. Actually, it's Reverend Michael Waters, and he has a powerful speech that was interrupted at a city council meeting. They cut his mic off. Check this out. Hope you hear it out. This is powerful motivation for us, because now is the time to act.
Back in April of this year, April 25th to be exact, this city council had the opportunity to make a statement to the world.
Yes. Yes.
That statement is that Black Lives Matter to the city of Dallas. Instead, this council decided to uphold the legacy of white supremacy in the city of Dallas into the 21st century by not bringing down immediately a monument to white supremacy. I want you to see the historical connections then, that only a few blocks from where a monument to white supremacy continues to stand, a young black man was executed in his own home. And when you put that together, since the city already declared that black lives don't matter, it's clearly understandable that this young man's life would be taken and his family's heart would be broken. I come to appeal to the city council to do several things. One is to put on the agenda a citizens review board that has subpoena power. It has been almost 50 years since an officer in the city of Dallas has been convicted in the murder of a Dallas citizen. And I do not believe in almost 50 years, every incident of fatal force used was authorized. Now I want you to sit with this. On April 25th of this year, the Urban Institute came out with a report, studied over 274 American cities with over 100,000 residents. Studied these cities as relates to racial segregation. Studied these cities as relates to inequalities amongst the races. And would you know that the city of Dallas came in dead last in all of America? 274 out of 274 American cities. In particular, I want to call upon our black city council person. Yes. Because I recognize that in April of this year, had a black man stood up to take down a monument to white supremacy, it would have come down. understand how a black man can vote to honor those who lynched us.
That's right. Say it.
Not only that, but for every council person who decided not to take a moral vote for political expediency,
Yes, sir.
I speak to your heart. And I ask you in the spirit of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the time is always right to do what is right, and now is the time to do what is right in the city of Dallas. Please no longer tell us on your memos that this is a diverse, vibrant, and progressive city. Not when poor are dying across our city. Not when I have to tell my son I've got to go speak, and the first thing he asks me as I'm on my way out the door is who died now. Each and every one of you has a moral obligation to the city of Dallas.
That's right. Yes, sir.
And all of these issues are connected. The poverty of our city, the legacy of white supremacy. It is no mistake that early in the 20th century, this city had the largest KKK chapter in all of America. It is no mistake that in this city, we had the largest single-day induction of the Ku Klux Klan in American history. It is no mistake that a young Latino boy was shot down with an allegation that he stole from a vending machine, and that his brother's feet in the back seat of the police cruiser were soaked in blood.
Yes, sir. That's what I drink.
I appeal to each and every one of you, councilpersons, today, do not delay justice. Do what is right for the city of Dallas. Bring down Confederate monuments, uplift the Citizens Parade Board, and make sure that every person in the city of Dallas has a means of work, a means of education, a means of driving, a means of living, and I'm asking you to do it. In the name of the God who calls us together in service, who declares, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me.
Yes, sir.
Because he has anointed me to preach good news to the poor,
Yes, sir.
recovery of sight to the blind, to let the oppressed go free, to declare the year of the Lord's favor. We need justice. We demand justice. Let there be justice. Until justice flows like water and righteousness like a mighty stream.
Yes, sir.
Fatal shooting of a 28-year-old black woman in her home by a white Fort Worth police officer has drawn swift condemnation. Calls for police accountability and mourning for a life cut short. A Tatiana Jefferson became the sixth person since June who has been killed by one of the department's officers. A seventh person was wounded. Lieutenant Brandon O'Neill, a Fort Worth police spokesman, said in a brief news conference Sunday afternoon that two officers had been dispatched to the home in the 1200 block of East Allen Avenue after a neighbor made a call early Saturday to the non-emergency police line. They arrived about 2:30 a.m. and walked into the backyard. The officer who shot Jefferson did not announce himself as a police officer before firing through a bedroom window, O'Neill said. The officer will be interviewed Monday and another news conference will be conducted later that day, he said. What the officer observed and why he did not announce police will be addressed as the investigation continues, O'Neill said. So today is Monday, and of course I'm going to keep y'all updated because, again, we need an outrage. Do we need a civil rights war? Jefferson's 8-year-old nephew was inside the room at the time of the shooting, O'Neill said. O'Neill said police had communicated with Jefferson's family and called her death an unspeakable loss. Police did not take questions at Sunday news conference. I don't know why not. Lee Mayer, who was representing Jefferson's family, said Jefferson had been playing video games with her nephew. Her mom had recently gotten very sick, so she was home taking care of the house and loving her life, he wrote on Facebook. There was no reason for her to be murdered. None. We must have justice. So this is her nephew, and obviously this is sad. Heartbreaking. And he was right here to watch that. You know how traumatized he is? When law enforcement goes about their pattern of villainizing this beautiful, peaceful woman, turning her into a suspect, a silhouette, or a threat, let me tell you about 28-year-old Tatiana Jefferson Tay. She was a pre-graduate of Xavier University. She was very close to her family. She was the auntie that stayed up on Friday night playing video games with her 8-year-old nephew. She worked in pharmaceutical equipment sales. Her mom had recently gotten very sick, so she was home taking care of her house and loving her life. There was no reason for her to be murdered. None. We must have justice. Arrived at the home about 2:30 a.m. in response to a call about an open structure, the department said. A neighbor, James Smith, said he has called a non-emergency line to ask police to do a welfare check when he noticed the front door was open at the home where Jefferson was. In audio released Sunday, Smith told a dispatcher that it wasn't normal for his neighbors to have both doors open at this time of night. Smith said he didn't know what happened inside the house after police arrived. All I know is my neighbor died unnecessarily at the hands of the Fort Worth Police Department, he said. There was no sign that anything violent was going on inside the house before the officers arrived, he said. All they had to do was announce who they were, and if she heard them, she'd probably come to the door to see who was at her front door, Smith said. In the 6 other shootings since June, Fort Worth police reported clear signs of provocation by the 5 people who were killed and the one who was wounded. Said the officer perceived the threat before firing, but hasn't said what that threat was. A firearm was found inside a bedroom in the house, but authorities haven't said whether Jefferson had been holding it when she was killed. Mayor said Jefferson and her nephew heard about what they thought was a prowler in the backyard. When she went to see what was happening, she was confronted by an officer and had only seconds to comply, Mayor said. One of the Jefferson sisters, Amber Carr, told KXAS-TV that her sister's shooting was another one of those situations where the people that are supposed to protect us are actually not here to protect us. Haven't said whether the officer who killed Jefferson had tried knocking on the front door before the shooting. That's because he didn't. In body camera footage released Saturday, the officer who shot Jefferson is seen walking around the backyard of the home. About a minute and a half into the video, he swivels towards a window, then yells, "Put your hands up, show me your hands," and fires into the window within about 3 seconds. Graduated in 2014 from Xavier University of Louisiana, a historically black Catholic college in New Orleans. She earned a bachelor's degree in biology. A statement from university's president, Reynold Verrett, said. Carr says she wants justice for her sister. But justice don't bring my sister back, you know? She said. Jefferson's aunt told the station the news of her niece's death has grown more inconceivable and more confusing in the hours since it unfolded. It's gotten out of hand. Take a good look at this baby. Take a good look at Tatiana's smile. These people were not thugs. These people were good citizens. They surpassed a lot of people in their demographic age group. So there is no reason, no reason that we shouldn't have justice. And I mean, I want blood for blood. Because this is inconceivable, as the sister said. It just don't make no sense. And like I said earlier, do we need a civil war? Is that what they want? They want to get blasted? Do they want a battle? Because it's like nobody's doing anything. I'm sick of the celebrities with their stupid celebrity insider news and e-news and these news that's not taking life serious. All they do is talk about mess, who's twerking better or who raps better or just stupid stuff. Cardi's birthday. This is not nothing important. People is not taking this serious. That's why I read all these articles, because knowledge is power. Botham Johns was in his house, man. The police in that fucking city, the same city, murdered them. That right there is not a coincidence. They want us dead. That's just the reality. And it makes you have to segregate when you don't even want to segregate because it keeps on happening. It's hard to show love. It is. We have to fight to love these days. But let us love and let us go for justice. Let us do what we need to do. Make noise in the building. We make noise. We let them know we won't tolerate this. We ain't having this. There was a video of the people. There was another pastor who said, look, the men in this neighborhood is getting sick of these cops and they about to retaliate and I can't keep holding them back. They getting upset with what y'all are doing. They're going to blast you. They're going to come to your towns, your kids, your wives, your little sisters, and what if they blasted yours? You think it's okay to take a life out, but somebody's take your lives out, your family, your loved ones? It's a problem. Now y'all want to put somebody in jail. Oh, go hug the cop this time, Judge Tammy. This is some bull crap. So that's all I wanted to bring to y'all for now. Family is hurt, obviously. The city is outraged, and it's time to be louder about it. Time to make more noise about it. This is not going to be tolerated no more. My hopes is that everybody black would leave Dallas, Texas. Leave Texas. Let them have that state if they want it. Let them live together and be married and kill each other. Don't even be there if you could help it. That's what I would want. That's my thoughts, y'all. Peace.